Next, our second speaker is our award recipient of our Alumna of the Year for 2023, Klein, class of 2003. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Caroline. Caroline joined Sandra today on stage speaking with the students and inspired our young women. She is leading the way in her field. Caroline currently serves as Chief Communications Officer for the NBA's Utah Jazz. Fitting, given her passions in high school were varsity basketball and also storytelling through the Word student newspaper. After graduating from DSHA, she attended Boston University, where she received her BS in magazine journalism. She then moved to New York. Oh. Let's get her up there. Thanks, Chris. There she is. Thank you. Thank you. After graduating, she then moved to New York, and where she began a career in communications and marketing with a specialization in travel and hospitality. Craving a new challenge, she pivoted from her career in travel and accepted the Chief Communications Officer for the role for the Utah Jazz in the NBA in Salt Lake City. Her current position, which was new to the Jazz when she was hired, requires her to drive the strategy behind the organization's public community relations, broadcasting efforts, and serve as one of the public-facing representatives of the organization. She is also key interface between internal departments, working closely with the entire organization to ensure that its value of being community-oriented rings true across Utah and beyond. The girls were pretty excited about some of the things that she had to share today. Her work within the first year of her position, Utah Business Magazine named Caroline one of its CXOs of the Year honorees in 2023. Please welcome our DSHA Alumna of the Year, Caroline Klein, DSHA. Sorry. Yep, there you go.
Thank you so much for this incredible honor. When Katie called to tell me the news, I was honestly shocked and very humbled. I never thought anyone besides my own family actually followed my career, and here we are. I just want to say thank you to everyone on the Alumna Committee for selecting me for this award, and to the individual who put me forward for consideration in the first place. I still do not know who put my name forward, but the only thing that is clear is the fact that they had no idea what I was up to in high school, because there were some antics that would have disqualified me 20 years ago. When I was reflecting on the theme for this year, which is "This is the Place," a flood of thoughts came to mind. Over the past few years, in every conversation that I've had about my career path, I've brought up DSHA and how transformative my 4 years were here in preparing me well for my career and for life. As my mom would confirm, I have never had trouble speaking my mind from a frighteningly young age. But this is the place where I learned to use my voice in a productive way, to lead, to work in a team environment, to resolve conflicts constructively, and to advocate for myself. These learnings happened while working with my teammates through a tough point in a basketball game, or when I was arguing with Mr. McGinn on why I wanted to write an article for the student newspaper that he didn't really think was newsworthy, and I will say that more often than not, I ended up writing the feature. While finding one's voice is a lifelong journey that I am still on, my time at DSHA really gave me the confidence to start using it. I credit the lessons I learned here for being able to put the phrase, "fake it until I make it," into action many times. This is the place where I learned that nothing is given to you and that you will compete with people who are smarter than you every single day, and that doesn't mean you ever have to feel less than or back down. This is the place where I learned to demonstrate my value, talk about my strengths, command respect, and really command respect of those around me. Throughout my career, I've always been the youngest and least experienced person on every executive team that I have ever served on. But I have continued to hold my own and make sure people hear my voice. I've earned and sometimes demanded my seat at that table, and that confidence was made possible during my time at DS because this is where I learned that the only person who could ever stop me from achieving great things was me. My firecracker and glass ceiling breaker of a grandma, if you knew who I'm talking about, she was a phenom. She taught me from a young age to never use or see my gender as an advantage or disadvantage. And DSHA doubled down on that message and has helped put me into practice. Like Sandra, I've worked in 2 industries that are predominantly male-driven, and thank goodness I had a strong foundation and never let any of those perceived biases hold me back. As Katie was saying, in my current role with the Utah Jazz, I joined the organization as the youngest executive, the only female on the core leadership team, surrounded by many men who had worked with each other for decades. And I was the only person who had never worked in sports before, making me a wild card and someone people question on a daily basis. So it was absolutely intimidating to break into this group, and it has taken me up until about a few weeks ago to feel like I really deserve this spot. My boyfriend and my family had to listen to me talk about crying in my car multiple times, but again, we're here, we're moving on, it's a new season starting on Sunday. I never fed into any of the perceived biases, though, as much as my imposter syndrome might have been crushing me. And I never gave this group a second to see me as the young female, but only see me as Caroline, the strong, capable chief communications officer that they hired, and someone that they're lucky to have. I credit DSHA for allowing me to try so many different skills and interests that have helped me to get where I am today. I went on a French immersion trip with Madame Gleason and a group of students, and that helped made me realize that regardless of what I did for a career, travel had to be a core part of it. I spent the first 17 years of my career in travel, getting to travel to more than 60 countries, and I'm still here talking about those 2 weeks in Paris and Limoges with my high school friends made me realize that was something I had to do. I wrote for the Word, as Katie was saying. I have always loved to storytell. I actually started a little newspaper on my family's word processor when I think I was about 7. It was a gossip rag. It was really good stuff. But writing for the Word made me realize how much joy storytelling brought to me and could really bring to others. And then I went on to get my degree in magazine journalism and ultimately chose to have a career in communications, which is what I foresee myself doing for the rest of my life. And I played basketball. I started playing basketball as a way to connect with my dad, and it ended up being the greatest part, the happiest moments that I had in high school. I never thought that it would be a career. I really thought that days of shooting threes in a DSHA journey was the end of my basketball journey, and now I'm working in the NBA, and it is so cool. This is the place where I met some of the most incredible women who I still call my best friends to this day. And while we have lived thousands of miles apart for the last 20 years, the bonds we formed here are going to connect us for life. I really value DSHA because it teaches us the power of sisterhood, and that's something that will never leave us and never fail us. I am so appreciative to be here today. This is really an honor, and I'm even more grateful that I have 2 tables of family members, including 7 alumna, who are here with me, so I can publicly thank them. I like to say that the Klein family has a love and resilience that is unmatched, and I'm really grateful to my parents and my siblings for cheering me on and always encouraging me, even though I've lived about 1,000 miles away for a very long time. Just want to thank Mike, because he's the calm, because I'm an absolute tornado. And just to my other extended family members for being here. We all share so many memories in this building, so it's just really fun and special to be back. And speaking of, it does not fall short on me that the last time I was in this building, outside of this morning, was in 2016 when my Aunt Mary Pat, a DS graduate of 65, was named Jubilarian of the Year. I think I see many people nodding, and I think that many people had the honor of knowing her and understand that she truly set the gold star and the best practice for what it's like to live out Christian values, inspire other women, I can't look at you guys, support younger generations, and nurture an amazingly loving family, and being selfless and humble while doing it all. To be put in similar company to her with receiving this award is something that I truly do not feel worthy of, but at the same time, thank you. Woo.